All right. Good to get through today. What we did was we set things up like a normal week, with the exception of playing the game and the mock game tomorrow. The players will have tomorrow off. Again, Blake Bell, Chenal, who is now in the concussion protocol, Frank Clark, and who's sick, and then Herring didn't practice. Everybody else practiced and did their thing. So listen, till we meet again, I look forward to it. Go ahead, fire away.
Oh, really? Okay. So you're about an hour and a half away from the roster having to be set. What's your message to some of the players, who will not be coming back, and what about the guys that are coming back?
Yeah, so the guys that aren't coming back, and right now you don't know who's going to go and who's going to stay. So, but we appreciate all that they've done for us. It's always a tough day today. So, and we're right in the middle of this thing. So we'll have to. I'll be able to get you more information later on what's going on. But these guys busted their tail, and you want them to have a chance to hook on somewhere else, or have the opportunity to come back here.
Last week you had mentioned keeping the options open for Blake Bell. Is he still a candidate to go on injured reserve?
Yeah, there's that chance. That's one of the things that we're working through. But yeah, there's that.
Why didn't it work out for Josh Gordon?
Yeah, listen, I'm proud of Josh and for all that he did. Real pleasure to have him here. There's a chance, that he potentially is back here. So if it doesn't work out somewhere else, but just from a football standpoint, but also even the bigger picture of things, he really did a heck of a job.
How much more important is the practice squad becoming with it being expanded because of COVID and staying this way for you guys than it was when they first started having practice squads?
I think the number was like in half of what it is now when I first got started in this thing. So, to have that many guys and that much opportunity for players out there, I think is great. It also allows you to keep these guys in football shape and caught up on the mental part of the game. They sit in all the meetings and do that. So it becomes an important part of it. We appreciate the league doing that. Yeah.
And honestly, it's been a great job for these guys too, because the salary is way more than it was before.
For sure, it's not peanuts, for sure. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's a good way to go. And they're all trying. The one thing they have to try to keep getting better. I mean, that's one of the things. But we've always had pretty good guys with that.
You mentioned treating this week like a normal practice week, and with this new schedule being different, that you have practice time after the preseason. Is this still for you training camp? I mean, you're still doing installs, or is this where you've moved on more game planning and preparing for the season?
Yeah. No, it's training camp because they don't have a game to go on that counts. But at the same time, you're trying to prep them for what they're going to have coming forward. I mean, all the way down to practicing the practices and making sure that they have a taste of what they're going to have next week once they get ready to play Arizona.
How much of the latter end of the preseason was Ronald Jones' case kind of helped and maybe perhaps keeping him here?
Yeah, I thought Roger did a nice job down the stretch, and we know what he's capable of. Matter of him being comfortable in the offense, throw a lot at the running backs, and he looked like he was starting to get it down the stretch there. So, good football player.
Coach, you guys drafted 10 players. It appears the majority of them will make the opening day roster. Just what have you learned about that group, and how do you feel about maybe the roster being a little younger than it's been in years past?
Yeah, I've never gotten caught up in how young or how old the guys are. As long as they can play, I'm good. And so I like this group. I like the way they went about business up at St. Joe and then carried it over here. We didn't have a big letdown on the move back, which can happen sometimes when you got an influx of young guys. So I appreciated the way they went about their business. Tribute to the veteran guys and then the scouting department for bringing these kids in that are mature,
A couple more guys.
Hey, Andy, what's been your impression of Shane Buechele this boot camp?
Yeah, Shane it really is coming off a pretty good game now. That last game did a nice job with that, and he got a lot of reps. I want kind of set it up that way, right, to give him an opportunity to grow, which I think is important through these first few years, especially if you're not playing during the season much. So, but I thought he did a good job with that. Yeah.
Anybody else? You good? Good. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Hi, Nick Bolton.
Hello, how you doing today?
Yeah. Nick, it's a rough day. Anytime a team's got to cut people you've been working with. Just for you, I mean, you've got a spot on the team, but is it hard for you to see some guys go?
Oh yeah, for sure. Those guys come in every single day and get their hearts out for this team, so we can build, continue to get better every single day. And so it's hard for to see those guys go. Wish nothing but the best. They come in every single day and play their hearts out. And that's all you can ask for as a football player and as a person, as a teammate. As being a Mike linebacker, especially people on my side of the ball, I can speak for. I appreciate that a lot. So I wish nothing but the best going forward.
So, how are you approaching this week? Getting ready because it's, Coach said it's still training camp.
Mm-hmm.
It's not game week yet. How are you approaching it as you guys get ready to start an actual game week next week?
Oh yeah, we're just fine tuning our scheme, trying to get a little bit better on things that we've saw throughout preseason games and throughout training camp that probably can be tweaked a little bit, be a little bit better. So that's kind of what we've been doing this whole week, getting some good work going against the ones, and so just kind of going out there every single day and just kind of fine tuning what we're doing every single day.
Nick, have you seen things in the defense in the preseason or recently during practice lead you to believe that you guys are making progress defensively?
Oh yeah,
Specific things?
oh yeah. Especially I can go with the young guys at first. Just starting with those guys, like you can kind of see that the scheme's starting to click for them. They're playing a whole bunch faster, communicating well. It's kind of, if you communicate well, it kind of knows you have confidence in yourself and what the scheme is. And so those young guys are doing a hell of a job, and then the vets are doing a great job of just helping them, including myself, just grow every single day. They see something that we think that we can see or be a little better at. They make sure they mention it and speak up about it. So we're kind of just having open communication through young guys and vets.
Are there some specific examples you can point to that illustrate what you're talking about there?
I won't go into that deep, but those rookies are doing a hell of a job.
On those 6 drives that the first team got, 6 punts, 3 3-and-outs, I mean, it was very efficient. Was there anything on the film that you guys look back on and you went through and everything that you could critique? Because it seemed like there was a lot to like.
Oh yeah, it's always something you can critique throughout the football game. Again, we're playing fast, and that kind of playing fast and playing physical kind of messed up for a little bit of mistakes. We could have been cleaner on a couple of things here and there, but overall, I feel like preseason was a great stepping stone for us, and we're ready for the season now.
Nick, when you say the scheme's starting to click for younger guys, is it the speed at which they're playing, asking fewer questions? I mean, what makes you say that it's starting?
It's actually asking more questions. The more questions you're asking, you learn more. So trying to ask more questions and ask more about the details other than the overall scheme. And so when you fine tune details and you get everybody thinking the same way, if they see one person do something and they can react a different way, everybody's thinking the same way. It makes everybody play faster.
Nick, what's it like when people come to you for those answers when you guys are on the field and you're not necessarily obviously an assistant coach, but you're supposed to have that responsibility. What's it like when you know that's sort of your role at this point?
That's actually pretty cool. Last year was Hitch did it, and so I kind of got to figure out the stuff that makes them play faster. So it's kind of like open communication, just trying to figure out what makes a corner play faster, and they communicate what do they see and what they see on stuff from the outside in versus a D end or a D tackle. Maybe if it's a verbiage I could use to make them understand something I'm saying quicker or something like that. So just open communication, just learning. Again, it's just year 2 for me, so I'm still learning, still evolving, trying to figure out the best way to be a Mike backer. I'm just going to continue to do that as well.
You guys are trying to match obviously what the offense presents
Mhm.
and get lined up. How much time do you feel like you have between snaps? Obviously, hearing the play call from Steve, and then how much time do you really feel like you have to relay those things? To certain guys?
I say you probably got about 3 or 4 seconds after you get the play call out to kind of just give out checks and stuff like that. But those guys do a hell of a job throughout the week to actually being involved into the scheme and understand what we're doing. So most of those guys get lined up, we're lined up and ready to go. It could be one thing I could just say, just kind of just get somebody lined up or something like that, and we're good to go.
Nick, Willie talked to us last week about how he mentally prepares, for week 1, everything leading up to that. What do you do to prepare for week 1?
First off, family. I make sure I talk to my family. We got a couple of days coming off, so I make sure I talk to them, make sure they're doing all good. Other than that, I just relax, kind of watch a little bit of tape, kind of get a little bit ahead if I can. And other than that, though, just rest my mind, rest my soul, play video games.
What's your go-to video?
2K, that's my go-to. Madden, it's okay, but I'm a defensive player, and that's not a Madden game. So,
Maybe what was your reaction to the Skyy Moore dinner prank, and have anything like that ever happened to you?
it actually didn't happen to me. Again, I had Hitch as my vet, so he kind of helped me out a lot, though. But I saw it, and I looked at it kind of like that, but I'm glad it was a prank, though.
You don't get a lot of time off during the weekend for the season. Are you going to be in Columbia Thursday night?
I won't be in Columbia Thursday night, but I will be the following. I have an event to do down there, so I'll be down there. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
like that only leaves 52 guys. And then some.
What you can say. Here it comes. Skyy Moore.
What's going on?
you know what the first question is.
I'm already knowing.
Well, we saw your initial reaction to the bill.
Yeah.
But just vocally tell us, what you thought when you saw the $22,000 bill.
Man, I don't know what I was thinking. I forgot, but like that was probably the best joke somebody's ever played on me in my life. But when I saw it, I was like, that's like a down payment on a house. Like I can't. And then I'm looking at the table like, there's no way we got $22,000 worth of food. But yeah, it was good. That was just a whole good night. Just good night for the room and brought us closer a little bit. I feel like.
When you called your bank, what did they tell you, or your financial person?
What's crazy is I called them before. Like I called them before we went. Like, okay, we got to raise the limit, and then 22 was higher than the limit still. So they actually didn't answer. So I called my financial person. So they just had me on the phone doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
So you were expecting something when you went.
I was expecting something, but not that. Yeah.
So did they get to your financial guy and give him the heads up, or was he?
Once the real bill came out, I got off the phone with everybody because I didn't even have to pay anything. So I think it was like 3,200 or something like that. It was not 22. It wasn't 22. Yeah. But yeah.
So did you know going into the night you're gonna be paying for it though?
I thought I was. I didn't end up paying anything. So that was the best part of the night.
Mark Wells said that he hopes that you pass along that tradition to other rookies. Is this something you're looking forward to doing?
For sure. I can't wait to do it. For sure. I can't wait to do it. That was definitely like an OG vet move. And it was fun.
You got away well though. People will remember this, right?
Yeah. I got some time anyway.
This is an interesting week, right? This is your first time going through watching people get cut and all that stuff.
Yes.
What have you learned these few weeks while fewer and fewer guys are at practice about the fragility of this league that you may not be here?
Yeah, I learned a lot just seeing like how people move during this type of day or this type of week, and really just understanding like this is really a business, and like you really can't take anything for granted, and like go out and put your best stuff on film when you can.
Did Josh Gordon have an opportunity to say farewell to y'all? And if he did, what was his message to y'all?
Yeah. He just he told us good luck. There's still a possibility we might see him again, but if that's not true, then just good luck and go get after it this season.
Skyy, what are you happy with right now? And what do you feel like you need to work on here moving forward?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm happy with where I'm at as far as like the playbook and everything, and like how comfortable I am at this point. But I also know there's so much more room for me to grow, and so many things for me to unlock as far as being the player I want to be.
What's the top of that list right
now? Right now, it's just getting back to my normal self, not thinking about anything. I can get to play from the huddle and go and think about how I'm gonna score instead of like thinking about what route I have or just thinking too much. Stop. I want to get to thinking out of the whole equation. So that's number one on my list.
You just want to react.
Want to react. That's all I want to do. Want to just go back and act like it's Kalamazoo again.
How much closer are you to that now than you were like at rookie minicamp? I
Yeah.
imagine your head was really swimming in.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't get to really showcase a lot in rookie minicamp, but my head was still spinning, just thinking I knew it, but I didn't know. But I'm a ways from that, so it's like I'm far away from home, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So that's just how I look at that.
You guys talk about how they have to mentally prepare for week one. How are you mentally getting prepared with this time that you're gonna have off?
Yeah, I'm just keep preparing how I've been preparing. Just staying on top of my playbook, staying on top of my conditioning, workouts and everything. Make sure my hands are right. Just normal preparation. Just I'm really excited about my first week one game, and just excited to get the ball rolling.
Do you believe you earned the primary punt returning role, and how did you feel like that went for you in the preseason?
I feel like it went good. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about like the primary or secondary or whatever. I'm just trying to work on my my ability as a punt returner. I haven't really done it before, and I'm doing a pretty good job. But I'm just stacking the days and getting better every day.
Are you taking any time off? You got a few days in there.
Yeah, I gotta take a little time off, but not too much. Like probably do some. I'm going back to Kalamazoo for the Western Michigan versus Michigan State game. So that's my time off, and then get back to it.
On the returning punts, how much more can you learn in those game reps than you can from all the reps in practice?
Yeah. It's different. It's always different in the game. So I feel like the live punts, I feel like Tommy's live punts helped me a lot. Like I just feel like in the game I'm catching punts from Tommy. So it's not too much. It's not too much different. But once the bullets are flying, you start reacting a little bit different.
Okay, guys. Thanks, Skyy.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Skyy.
All right, guys. That's it.